anything else you brought.
Don't underestimate my power.
Oh, now you roll good.
Okay, yeah, you see a little white origami duck sitting there.
Set on fire.
I take it. Undo it. What does it say?
Yeah, literally. Just
Burn after
it gives you the name of the restaurant they're at.
Okay.
What's the name?
Yeah, DM.
Before you are forced to answer that, do people like hang the laundry out to like dry and stuff like that in the City of Light? Like on like lines just in the alleys and stuff like that?
They're fantasy washing machines.
But not here, because this is like a somewhat higher end area.
Damn.
But
Trying to find something to cover my face.
In the like outer ring where the more farmland is, you have seen those.
But I wouldn't be able to get like another article of clothing on like before I make my way back to them.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, you could probably find something.
Pickpocket someone's like cloak that they left on their chair or something. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, you could probably find like a napkin that you could use.
I'm not gonna fucking wear a napkin on my face when I'm going back. Fuck it, I'll just go back to them.
just get like a
And
handkerchief and constantly be coughing into it.
I could just catch this guy itself, but that'd be a massive waste.
That's not worth it.
Go way back to him then. Go to Descartes Bistro. Descartes Bistro.
That's the name that Jordan gave his armor. Yep, I remember. Yeah, that's the name you gave Lucian or Cassian's armor.
Is it
Sure
Descartes?
Descartes United. I remember that.
He named his armor Descartes Bistro.
I go
Armor
Descartes
once a day
Bistro.
produces a delicious meal and some coffee.
And that'd be pretty fucking worth it.
On a long
Yeah, as you
summer
head
days.
over, you see them conglomerated. Sans a Carolyn who left.
I'm gonna take off the vest I got, sort of just tuck it under my arm, go over to him, and try to sequester myself between. I don't know what the sitting arrangement is like, but I'll say behind Halbner because he's probably the actually biggest.
Physically, he just takes up all the
Physically the biggest.
So, me and Bradford know where to go today or tonight? Probably.
Is Logan here too?
He's not.
He's on his own mission.
Okay. Well, I got some news. You guys got info.
Yeah,
Mine-
potential location.
Hey, help you might turn in this way a bit so that you body block me a bit more.
Yeah, I can do that. It turns that way a bit more.
There's more of a bigger profile, so that's like, just, yeah.
Do you want my hat to hide yourself? Or...
Yes.
Alright, it just pops off.
Fuck. So do you guys want to start?
No, you start because you were late, and that's probably very direly important to know.
So, a couple things. Diplomat's here, and he knows that I'm here, which means he knows that there's something happening right now, and he still helped me. Nice guy.
Yeah.
Number two, point at Bradford. Whoever cleaned out Erica's stuff is more than just a criminal. This is in the system. Show the pamphlet. She's not even in here. She got purged from it.
He's a smooth criminal.
Tracks with everything. I'm gonna slap you.
Shut up.
Alright. That tracks, unfortunately.
The maestro in charge of the fair might be in on it, because he directed me to his chief of security, who then led me down several alleyways, almost crossing the bridge, where I was probably gonna get jumped until Logan slipped me a note to tell me to run.
Clint, why do you always do this by yourself?
I'm back here, aren't I? Come with some credit. If there's any of you guys probably would have gotten jumped.
Yeah,
What the fuck
technically
out now?
Roman by himself. Because he said Logan gave him the note.
Shut
This
up.
is true. No,
Shut
he
up.
has a point. He has a point.
I could have probably got my way out of that just fine.
Brother.
Regardless, though, whoever did all this is a part of the fair. Meaning, if we're gonna get Erica's stuff back, we'll be stepping on a lot of toes. Looks at Doran. The high up sorts.
And if we do want to get it back, we should get it back quickly.
Right. Reevaluation time. Should we drop this here?
Absolutely not.
I'll tell them what you told me, Bradford. Assuming Bradford shared that he felt like it was bad.
I
like
was about to
Paulson.
roll into that, yeah. If it is where we think it is, which I'm extremely confident that it is, it's unstable. There's a type of pulsing with it that's... I don't know Erica's stuff, but it's not supposed to be doing that. I think we have a limited time before something very bad happens.
A
Like
pulsing?
something very... Think like a heartbeat. Which isn't something good to say when something involves... You know.
You think the flame has evolved?
I think
I
that flame
don't
is
know.
still connected to the unchained one underneath the mountain.
Oh,
Because Riker only got rid of its avatar, not it itself. I know this. I got an insight into its mind.
And when
oh
we're gonna
no.
mention... You know what,
This
that's
is
not
a lot
important.
worse than I thought.
Oh boy.
And regardless of how high up the person behind us is,
We have to do
it
something.
is our duty. Exactly.
Their whole song and dance with the trial is about making sure something like this doesn't happen.
The whole song and dance about the trials, making sure something like this doesn't happen, but follows the rules.
You see Casper lean forward. Then it's our duty to take care of it.
We gotta kick this up. As much as I hate to bother Julius, we gotta kick this up.
If
the
it's
best
truly connected to that thing, yes.
Hey, can I look? Can I try to set a glance around real quick and see if anyone's paying attention to our conversation? Because
Yeah, more perception.
we are being quiet, but this place, well, not this place specifically, but around here is being watched. Please don't suck. God damn it, Bradford!
Hey.
You have a D4.
Do you have a reroll?
I do. I don't really. Fuck it.
Oh, you decided to suck.
I'm gonna use it. 16. That's better. It's better. 16's good.
Okay, yeah, there does appear to be like a two old men that are playing a game that do seem to be like ear hustling your conversation.
Does it look like?
Ear hustling.
Does it look like they're actually playing the game, or is it just a cover up?
A bit of both.
A little bit of both. Okay.
Although one of them is losing pretty badly.
My brain is saying 7. I
Adrian
think
and Seven
it could be.
probably would be
I
able to
think,
disguise themselves.
Yeah, I think if I notice that, I like if we're eating something, I just kind of like push some of the food around, like making it look like I'm not really hungry, but making like a 7 symbol, and like waving down Clint. Why did I forget that name? And then pointing at those two, and just questioning look on his face.
Can I roll investigation to see through a disguise? Like when
You
magical
certainly
disguise?
can, yeah. That's
Shoo!
that's all.
Let's
damn,
go! My luck is coming back! It's returning to
To be
me!
fair, if it is
Yeah.
7, then that DC would be like 26. 27, maybe.
You pick up some indications that the skin doesn't move the way it does. The eye color is different, and that despite the slow, methodical movements, there's a very spry way they're moving. Like it's too controlled for someone that old. The hands don't shake the way you would expect. Definitely a disguise.
Alright, Quentin's gonna get one moment of entertainment from this. We can kick it up to the officers. I mean, 7 does owe me one, considering how he owes me 10 gold now. I'm gonna go wait to see if that gets a response from one of the 2 individuals playing.
For what it's worth, yeah, stone cold.
Ah, impressive.
I don't think you're gonna see that back, considering how shit he was at those games last night.
He did give me the card, though, so I guess that's definitely more. I have definitely owe more than just 10 gold.
That whole place is just like a way for them to take people's money. I don't understand.
When you live
Sometimes it's
in abundance-
entertaining to lose money. That's like drinking.
You see them sort of smile at each other and stand up, walk over to you. And if we sit down,
Just gestures at an open chair.
Well,
Yeah. Just to give it Halbert a tap on the shoulder. They're in disguise.
he looks at them, then back at Clint, and he whispers, "Doesn't that make it even worse?"
Just wink at that. I don't know what you're implying with that. Move over, Hal.
oh,
You know, I'm starting to hate the city.
It's got its charms. We're just caught in it bad ways.
so what's your plan? Young folk?
Why would I tell you?
Big bomb at that. Halbjorn. Remember that trick I did earlier, where I made myself look like 7?
When he
Yeah,
was going
that's
around
what's
like
like these-
Riker that one time.
Both old men sat down?
Correct.
Okay. Have you been following us?
No, playing a game of backgammon we were.
He squints.
Did you pick an older sounding game?
These words
Oh,
are
I
me.
couldn't. I picked the oldest sounding game I could think of. Perhaps you can help us back home.
So why not? Might as well get some civil duties out of the way.
We got time.
You just see like one of the old men like, oh, appear to have left my purse back at that. Do you mind covering my dinner?
Okay, so we know which one is fucking 7.
Quite just blinks.
How much?
Fine.
Oh, never mind. I found some. He just puts it down.
Oh, how convenient.
But he just gets a smirk. Checks his pockets though. He might just pickpocket one of us to pay for his dinner.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
certainly
check
did.
my shit. I'm a...
Who'd he pickpocket?
Well, my
Yeah,
gold
that's a good
amount
point.
hasn't changed.
Roll a d6.
so-
Everyone D6.
It's all here.
Ah, how much?
Just 4 gold.
It's a little pocket change.
Utilitarian robbing.
Halbert will not notice 4 gold missing from his 150, so.
So, if you head back to the villa, they drop their disguises as they get into a place where no one's looking.
Okay. it is.
And you see it as 7 and Adrian.
Oh, by the light, am I happy to see you two.
Yeah, you almost got yourself killed.
Okay, can someone tell me how, like, what was gonna happen if I actually I look at Adrian? Is this in relation to that or something?
That gentleman is Mr. Ford.
He has a known name around the city?
Not to most, but known to me.
What exactly is he known for?
He's called an enforcer. Works for vested parties as somewhat of a mercenary.
Hmm.
Do you happen to know who he's working for at the exact second?
Not sure, but he was armed, which means he has permission to be armed.
There's someone who has the authority to give him that permission. Who has that?
Only city officials.
Like the maestro?
Perhaps, maybe higher.
Did
I'm
you
assuming-
overhear about how bad this is? Maybe.
You see Seven pop up. You heard some stuff, but why don't you fill us in?
What's under the mountain might be inside the city, in a way, right? He'll
To be
look
fair,
to
it's a
Clint
massive
and Halberd.
assumption.
Right.
Just-
Okay.
Bradford.
Bad.
It's a massive assumption. We know where her fire is, and I know it's unstable. I made a connection that it felt kind of like a heartbeat with a pulsation, and we're kind of fixated on it now.
Right. He looks over at Adrian. That could be bad. They use automatons in those factories for some of the heavier equipment.
Right. What's
Fuck's an
the-
automaton.
Yeah, no, same. Looks to Lucian.
It's like a mechanized creation that uses fuel to operate. They don't last long as such. They're used in industrial purposes to move heavy equipment. However, they use a combination of heat energy, so like coal burning.
Wait, heat energy.
So they're gonna put that in that. That's bad.
Oh no.
It burns hot.
What is this
it burns
reminiscent his
longer.
head?
It's-
You see Seven like tap his tune a couple times. Right. Okay. So tier 6 Omega level bad.
Sounds
I,
potential.
Yeah, whatever.
the thing is, the automata needs to be able to handle that sort of, high heat.
Output.
It's not just the amount of heat; it's how hot it is, burning from the inside out.
Unless it can remake its vessel.
God, I love how the music just died there.
Dramatic timing.
Like, give the chained one this machine body or whatever.
If it gets into that, it's just advancing what it used to be.
Okay,
To
let's
assemble.
not jump the gun. We'll know.
We're working under a lot of assumptions.
That being said, we know we can't let it sit there.
Clearly.
Okay. Here's the situation. You see Seven just sort of like his hands on the table. We're not passing this up. We're handling it.
Right.
Is that wise, sir, given why we're here in the city in the first place?
If it gets brought out that your compatriot brought in stuff that infested a creature in the light, not only might the Sangelia break the sky open and wrath that whole area, she'll be executed next.
Yeah, so I agree with his notion. Ah, damn it.
How bad did you say this was again? Omega or something? That sounds right.
Could potentially just become a tier 6.
I'm using superfluous terms. They don't really mean anything. This sounds
It sounds big and dramatic.
It does.
right. So
Look,
I'm going to be watched if I try to intervene in any sort of dramatic way.
Lord Telemon knows something's up. He saw me earlier.
Do you think...
You see Adrian just like put his hat back on. I can ensure that's him.
That's good to hear.
So it's up to us then.
Is there any chance we could get any assistance from him, or do we have to assume that he's staying out of it?
We need our weapons.
If he's still sitting on that council tomorrow, and his mind is opened to the Sister of Lights, she will become privy to that information.
Shit. And there's no shot in hell that she want to do something about that.
You
This is great. This is good.
Adrian rock back. Woe unto thee, those who face the wrath of a white man.
So how do
God,
we
so
get you your weapons? Me and Halbjorn have ours.
I mean, I'm ready to just steal a freaking weapon off of these goons.
Clint, you've been snooping around in other places. Is there anyone that could just sell you weapons?
Is there a black? I assume there's a black market for weaponry, given how
Yes.
armed some of these people are.
You see 7. If you get caught with one of those, it's bad. We're not getting you out.
I got other ways to get weapons. I got other tricks. I got other tricks on my sleeve. I don't need a blade.
You see Doran go over to like the kitchen area and start pulling out some knives. I could have these sharpened. Could even have them acid reinforced to make sure they don't break. Could get them combat capable. We want to be the best, but we could have everyone in the fight.
Alright.
Nice, better than nothing.
He's not wrong.
Now, Lucian, I don't need to fix it. Focus on the task at hand right now. I can stab into their minds just fine. I don't need a knife for that.
What if it's an the robot thing? Does it even have a mind?
Then good luck, lads.
Oh boy. How do
Two of
fight
you are good at
robots?
magic. Me and Halbjorn have weapons. Are we ready? Or are we waiting?
I don't want to wait. The longer
Well,
we
we have
wait, the
time
more
to
unstable
wait.
this thing goes, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the longer they have to operate it. What?
You see as Doran begins sharpening some blades. I was looking at the map. That train is likely to start soon. They might plan on using it to relocate the equipment.
How soon?
Can't be sure. Whenever the expo is ready, it's the final send-off. So, sometime around dusk.
And that'll just leave the city?
Relocate it to somewhere that would be much harder to track.
Shit.
We can't
So-
sabotage that train. There's gonna be too many people working on it right now.
Also, there's a
So
case of
what-
terrorism in that case, in there.
If they're going to put it on the train, what if we were also on the train?
Are you suggesting a train robbery?
It's an inverse train robbery, if anything, because he's implying that we're already on the train.
Gregor will make me
God bless
smirkle
algorithms.
just a little bit. Is the penalty the same if we kill somebody outside the city, like on a train?
It's not leaving the city, though, right?
It shouldn't be, but it should go into the far lands in the more agrarian district. If we had to, that would be easier to cover up, and we pray that the Sangelia does not take notice.
It's a lot
We
of
have
it.
to make sure that it doesn't become a big show.
So, I recommend we split up into 2 teams. One of us takes the warehouse, one of us takes the train.
To make sure nothing can escape.
Try to stop it at both ends. That's smart.
They use it for fuel in the automaton and need to shut it down quickly. If they get it off the escape, we need to make sure it doesn't get far away.
I have only one question for you all.
He stands up, and as he holds his hand out to his side, he summons his warhammer into it, and leans on his shoulder, and he says,
What is a train?
Damn it, Alec! You're so
God damn you! God